Okay, so here are the three key things you need to remember for you to be able to change your reality and manifest anything that you want. First things first, let's talk about awareness. Awareness is basically shows you the illusion of separation. Awareness gives you the idea of what state are you in right now. And with awareness, the more you practice awareness of the old habits of you, old personality of you, how you move, how you walk, and how you talk. Because the moment you want to change your reality, awareness should come first. You need to be aware of the old habits that you don't want to repeat again and again and again. So, with that being said, the first things first you need to remember is you need to write things down. What does the old habit of you doing? You need to be aware of your old triggers, past emotion, past event. So it is, I personally write things down. I journal every night so that I know what triggers me and I can fix it straight away. This awareness is where law of polarity would go. Law of polarity is one of the hermetic law. Basically, it shows that there are always two poles that coexist together. So, this polarity in the 3D world is known as duality or separation. So, basically, two poles means look at this. I'll give you an example. Steam and ice are same in spectrum but different vibration. There's positive, there's negative. Happiness and sadness are same emotion. There's just positive and negative. Henceforth, this polarity shows what states are you in right now. This awareness shows what states are you in right now. You don't want what's happening to you right now. That's why you're here and watching this video. It's a good news because a part of you, whatever you desire right now, whatever you're desiring right now, a part of you already has it. A part of you is already experiencing it. That's what polarity is, because there's always a part of side that is positive. And now, this separation is actually what other people don't like, because they always think that what is far, because this is what people don't like, because they think this is too far, this is too hard to achieve. But it's all in our mind, and the moment we get aware of the old and past habit of us, the more it's easier for us to change whatever we are trying to achieve. So that's separation, and you cannot change anything that you are not aware of. Well, that's about right there. Anyway, so that's awareness. And when we get to be aware of our old habit of us, we then could see the polarity of it, the other side of it. So let's say you are anxious right now. There is always a part of you that's happy, that's contented, and that's hopeful. Not anxious, not fearful, but happy and contented and hopeful. So, with that being said, let's talk about the second thing, which is concentration. Awareness without concentration is basically you leaking your energy to everything, to every event, every scenarios. Concentration helps you to get aware, to be aware where your energy goes, where your energy is focusing right now. This concentration, the more you concentrate on things, like let's say you want to grow your business, the more you put work on your business, the more it will grow. Why? Because your concentration is there, your energy is there. And the more you think about other people, I want this person, I want this person, your energy is going towards them. But the polarity of one thing pushes them away. But if you look inward and said, it's okay, if I don't have this person, I still like myself, the right person will always find me. That polarity is a positive one. Therefore, you can magnetize people around you, and we all have a magnetic field. And when we realize where our concentration goes, that's where energy flows. Same thing with awareness. People said to me, it's hard for me to concentrate. Well, everyone is concentrating. You are not just aware where your concentration goes, and that's a problem. By knowing where you're concentrating it, it is easily for you to catch your old emotion and change it to a positive one. Motion and change it into a or new positive or new emotion. So this concentration helps you be aware where your energy is going towards. Not just awareness, but also concentration. And here is the last thing, which is the very, very important thing. So now that you are aware of your old habits of yourself, and now you know where you're concentrating your energy, whether you're concentrating it into a lock. The reason why, the moment you would know where your concentration goes is, how do you feel? Do you still feel lacked? Do you still feel unfulfilled? Do you still feel unseen? Do you still feel unwelcome? That's where your concentration go, because where your concentration go is where your energy flows. I keep saying it again and again. And you can't change your energy up until you change your concentration, which then helps you to be aware of the old habits of you. And now here comes the big part. Here, this is a very important one. So I want you to listen to this one. Let's talk about vibration. The quantum field, universe, whoever you call that, cannot communicate through language. They always communicate through emotion, and emotions produce vibration. So here's how you can actually break the habit of yourself. So I want you to be aware of your old self and your new self. New self. Let's say this old self loves to react on external events, loves to react on lack. So once this old self is reacting based on outside, what's going on the 3D, always get triggers. Always remember that your old self has its own thoughts, which is thoughts of lack. And these thoughts produce emotion. And when your external event, your circumstances can control your thoughts, it then controls your emotion, will then control your energy in motion. And once this energy in motion is formed, it will then create a vibration. That's why this is very important, because once vibration are formed and it collapses into a single vibration, it will then turn into a frequency. And once maintained, it will collapse into your reality. This is how you actually manifest things. This is the key to manifesting things, because the moment you realize what's your thoughts and then creates your emotion, which then creates energy in motion, vibration, it will then form into a frequency and collapse into your reality. This is how manifestation works. This is the blueprint. It all starts with thoughts. What do you think about yourself? Who are you? What's your I am? And the more you say to yourself, I am not deserving of this, I'm not worthy of this, that's what will manifest into your life. Think about like this. This is your old you. I remember back, we always manifest instantly. Instantly. The moment you change your emotion, you're manifesting things. And the moment you maintain that emotion, it will then turn into a frequency and sooner or later will collapse into your reality. Whatever frequency is dominating you, that will always collapse into your frequency. That's why some manifestation is not happening because they don't know how to maintain their frequency. They always just change energy and motion into vibration. And then once there's a vibration and then external events happen, they always collapse and go back to the old habits, which is the old thoughts. And now that vibration of the new you will then break. And they will go back to the old new. And they'll keep trying again, try again. They're not manifesting it into their reality. So think about like this. I'll give you one example. Here's why I said we are manifesting things instantly. I remember my partner. He actually triggers me in some event. We fought few days ago. And that scenario is already done. I should have let it go on that day and move on and be present at the moment. However, I keep repeating that scenario in my head. I keep repeating that thoughts in my head. In my head, I'm still replying to whatever he said to me. So now I'm creating a thought. And now, because of that thought of I'm still angry at him, it then creates an emotion of angriness to me. Even though we are on the other days now, that event has passed already and we are actually okay already. I'm still angry because that thought keeps repeating on my head. I should have let it go. So then it creates emotion. And because of that emotion, it creates energy in motion. So now that's my vibration. That's my vibration. So I'm angry at him. So my vibration is actually on a low frequency. I'm vibrating very low. I'm vibrating on the level of angriness. So when I went back home, because of that thoughts and that emotion and that vibration, when I get back home, I saw his socks on the floor. It then creates my reality. I get angry more. So that's the frequency I'm dominating now. So instead of just me telling him, hey, babe, can you please put that sock into the basket or whatsoever, approach him properly because I have this strong emotion that is from the past events that happened. It now becomes my dominated emotions. I become more angry because of that socks. So I ask him, I get more angry at him. So I asked him to put it in the basket in an angry way. Then we fought again. Henceforth, because my frequency is now dominating angriness, it collapsed into my reality. We fought again. So yes, it's not the same reason, but it's the same thing because it's still fighting. It's still angriness. The feeling is still the same. It's just different reason. So that's how you materialize things into your reality. Now let's talk about your new emotion. So once you are aware of your old emotion, now we can change your new self. However, I want you to always remember, don't change yourself instantly because our ego, once we know all of these things, our ego loves to give us this illusion of, I know everything, therefore I can change my reality the next day. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen the next day because you need to maintain that state of being first. And we are always be and get tested by the universe. So now let's talk about the new self. Again, following this instruction. Once you know the old thoughts of yourself, you can then change your thoughts right now. Like for example, every time my partner go out with his friend, I feel unvalued, I feel unseen, even though that's not what he's trying to make me feel. I feel that way because of my past triggers. Now, because I am aware of it, instead of me blaming him of what I'm feeling, I now change my thoughts. I always tell myself that him going with his friend is actually not a bad thing. It's not because he doesn't want me to feel seen, but because that's just my past wound and I am responsible of healing it. I love myself. I always see myself. I always validate myself in that way. So now I change my thoughts into positive. And with that, once I maintain that emotion of him going out, me, I'm okay. I feel seen. I feel valued. I'm still here. And it's okay as long as you're not doing anything bad. I'm still okay. We're still together. It will then create emotion. And once that emotion produce an energy in motion, it will then create a vibration, will turn into frequency and your reality. And how does that reality would come from? And how this reality would show up? Calmness. It's okay if you go out with your friends. It's okay. I'm still okay. Nothing's gonna change me. Nothing's like, I'll feel calm and trust in myself. Trust that you're doing whatever you want to do in the best of our relationship. That's it. So that's how it materialized into my relationship. Now I'm not triggering him, he's not triggering me, and our relationship is happier than ever. But here's the main problem that most people are experiencing. So they always change themselves from negative to positive. And every time they fall back, they go hard and fall to the old self again. And it's so hard to come back up again because you need to change your thoughts, emotions, vibration. So it collapses into your reality. It's so hard. That's why we need to have equilibrium, which is neutrality. So I remember back then when I was trying to manifest wealth, money, and my bank account is not reflecting the money that I want. When I've realized this, that I need to create neutrality, I opened my bank account and just looked at it. At first, it scares me because I feel the lack, that I don't have this, I don't have that. How will I survive the next day, the next day? I have to pay rent, this and that. But then, once I keep staring at it, seeing it, it creates a neutrality in my emotion. It creates a neutrality and equilibrium in my emotion. And I was like, up until I stopped looking at my bank account, up until it's neutral to me, up until acceptance is there, up until, okay, now that my bank account is this, I can still change it if I change my thoughts on how to handle money. If I change my thoughts that money is just energy and I can create more money if I just change my energy. Now that I create neutrality, I'm not scared. The reason why we're creating neutrality is because we are removing the fear of something we haven't experienced yet. And our ego loves to give us that fear. Our conscious mind loves to give us that fear because our conscious mind always wants us to put on a safer room. So if this feels unfamiliar to you, your bank account, you looking at your bank account feels unfamiliar to you, having that a lot of money. If you manifest a lot of money, you wouldn't be able to handle it because it's unfamiliar to you. That's why we have to create familiarity. We have to create the neutrality, equilibrium, to the point that if you ever go back to that bank account balance again, it feels neutral to you because you know you can manifest and you can get money again. So we will create then a neutrality. So now the distance from neutrality to positivity is shortened. Compared to this negative to positive, now we shorten the distance. From neutrality, we'll then create a new thoughts, a new personality, a new reality. So from this, we will then see what's the new self habit is. How does he talk? How does she talk? How does she walk? How does she communicate? Does she communicate based on lack? Does she communicate based on compassion, based on patience, this and that? So now that you know, and the distance is now shorter, it will then easier for you to collapse your new self into your reality. So that's how you actually change your habits. That's actually change your personality, will then change your reality. Because the moment you change yourself, your reality will change. And it's all you. You are the world push out. And whatever you see in the world is just a reflection of you. And if you see bad things, that means your awareness and concentrations always look at the lack. If you could see happiness, love, abundance, even though you don't have that money yet, but you feel wealthy, you feel abundant, you feel like whatever you have right now is just whatever you need. So that means you are now focusing on the neutrality, you are now focusing on the abundance. And when you focus on that one, you are then changing your personality from your old you to the new you. And sooner or later, it will collapse into your reality.